All right. Even GuMiho, he's really surprised about everything being 3-2, I guess. Say when ready, guys. Sorry, it's minor lobby banter, just kind of interesting to see. But yeah, this first map is Odyssey. It's the only map we don't have an introduction for, so we're just gonna hop into the boring old regular load screen. But yeah, it's not often that we get ace matches, much less this many of them. This many game 5s has truly spoiled us, and granted, extended the length of the broadcast, but I don't know. We'll see how this final one goes. Maybe it'll be another more of the same, or maybe this will be the 3-0 because everybody's tired and exhausted at this point. Either way, if you're tuning in just now, you're here for the finals of the group. Solar just made it out of first place. One of these two will join him in the round of 16. This is, of course, the TING Open. Make sure to go over to bttv.ting.com, especially if you live in the United States. This applies to you. You can possibly save a ton of money each month on your phone bill, so check them out. But kicking it off here in the top left to start this series, it is Elazer.
And his opponent in the bottom right in the blue, GuMiho.
Oh, and there we go. Although, okay, hang on. I gotta show you guys. I don't know why the bits are being dumb. First off, thank you again, Adamski, for the 100 bits. Much appreciate you, dude. This isn't on you, because this is what the bit cheer is supposed to look like. I'm gonna do a fake cheer. It's supposed to look hella cool and dope. And have that cool sound. And I don't know why it's not doing that. And it's making me very sad. But anyways, thank you, Adamski, for the 100 bits. We appreciate it. So when we saw GuMiho last, obviously, or not last, but rather at the start of the day, not a single Met game out of him. 0. I'm wondering if that's going to stay consistent for the second time around. Because the Elazer, I think if nothing else, he proved to GuMiho that he's a formidable opponent. And he should not be underestimated whatsoever. So maybe that means sticking to bio and never touching mech. Or maybe it means swapping it up a little bit.
This is one of the maps where he has mech'd in the past too. It's usually this and Ascension, which seems to be the mech maps of choice. Yeah, so I guess we'll find out if he's feeling some mech flavor in his evening. But he has been doing really well with like Cloakshies and Ravens and stuff, so I also don't know if he really needs to stray away from that.
Yeah, that's another point well brought up, because I forgot Elazer is taking a lot of damage from those early 4 Hellions, oftentimes losing about 8 drones or so, and that can really set you off depending on how the course of the game goes.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I mean, the Reaper's going to come out and get his little scout in. Third base is already down for Elazer, so unfortunately can't really deny that or anything, but... Yeah.
Hey Zeph, how tired are you feeling right now?
I have so much energy.
I was gonna say, this might be the first game today I can hear it at least.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone out pre-cast as well, to be fair.
Oh, what'd you do? What'd you get up to?
My friend was having a housewarming that I couldn't really attend because this clashed with it, so I went over and helped clean up a little bit and just say hey and exist. Yeah.
Good guy, Zeph. By the way, thank you, Mark BT, for that sub. The 20 months and that music giving me a little bit of extra energy in my step. So we continue on here in the game. There's a quick medevac coming out with these Hellions, though, so these may just end up being elevated up. I don't think this is going to be for that Hellbat push. There's no armory that's been brought down after all, but that medevac bringing these Hellions straight to the main, Elazer might not be ready for this. If this Overlord sits here, he will be, though.
Yeah, he might actually see it as it comes out. Because the nice thing about this is that Elazer doesn't actually have vision of that side of his main base, so it's like the perfect drop location. But he's already running lings around to the main knowing, well, that's actually the most logical spot for GuMiho to drop me, so I'm gonna head over there and just make sure nothing shifty is happening.
There's a little spot he can use there, that ledge for the Reapers. You can actually put, Hellion on too, so it guarantees a little bit of safety. A little bit of security.
A bit of back and forth here. It's kind of hard to get a good engagement with Link, so he splits them up into 2 groups and then comes in.
I like that.
Trying to target
but the pickup micro! The pickup micro for the Hellions is so sick!
Alright, mate. Calm down. It's enough out of you.
Alright, so GuMiho pulls back from this. He keeps the medevac alive, which is the most important part of this. But keeping the Hellions alive means when the armory inevitably comes down for the upgrades, he'll have these ready to go for Hellbats, which are not bad to have in the army for later. If he's going to be suicidal, he'll try dropping somewhere else, but there's just so many queens out on the map, it's not going to work.
Yeah. If he keeps his Hellions alive, it'll be really sweet for when that stim kicks in and he follows up with additional pressure. But for now, he can start maybe thinking about clearing that creep or something.
Yeah, I mean, these Hellions are on borrowed life. At this point, if they die, I don't think it's so devastating. Cleaning up creep would be nice, but he's unfortunately going to miss the timing of that gold, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, he just barely didn't see this because he had dipped in looking for a drone transfer, then dipped out. So he's going to have to just take some time to repair this up. Shouldn't take too long.
Yeah. Pop that 3rd base down, get these Hellions repaired again back at home. Got a bunch of Marines coming out, and the 1-1 is getting close to halfway done for GuMiho as well. So he will have that upgrade advantage.
Ooh, is this going to be a drop overlord with some banelings? It looks like that's what's set up for, at least. Nasty.
Let's see how much that pays off. I mean, GuMiho's already shown that it's really hard to hit him with those Bane drops because he's 2 on the ball. He just somehow has eyes on all parts of the map at once.
Well, he totally saw this morphing in with the supply depots he was building, by the way. Yeah. So
I mean, that's
a lot of suspicion. He's pushing onto the creep. Those tumors are going to get picked off. But while this goes on, of course, he's got to be looking at home. Banley's hit some of the Marines to maybe extend the life of these 2. They land, but they don't kill much. 1 SCV, not so good.
Nice. At the same time, he actually ran some Lings into the 3rd base, but it looks like they got cleaned up as well. He's just going to continue the pressure here, dropping now into the main with these Marines. Looks like Elazer's pretty much set to to deal with that, so not really doing any damage, but I guess he cleared up some creep, deflected a couple of drops. Things are still going well.
Well, these Marines can't stick around for long, but they'll try and trade up for what they can. I thought maybe he'd focus a Baneling or 2 on the way out, but while this goes on, Elazer has advanced onto Hive Tech. Excuse me, not Hive Tech. Hydralisk Tech. Ooh. Donation sound. Kind of forgot what that sounded like. That was groovy. Thank you to Brexit GLHF for the $10. Says mech best race. I agree.
That was an awesome donation sound. It's like some, what do you call it? Synthwave.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Hydralisk, I may have misspoke about the Hive Tech, but the Hive Tech should be on the way shortly thereafter, because Elazer was relying on it a lot in the previous series that they played together.
Yeah. Elazer has typically gone 1-1 upgrades plus 2 Carapace and like straight into like Ultras ASAP, but he's actually chilling a little bit longer this time and relying a bit more on Infest. He usually doesn't bother with those, I don't think, until Ultras are actually coming out. If at all, because it's kind of be more Ultra Viper than Infestors. But there's the Hive on the way now. His creep spread's still looking pretty healthy despite GuMiho's efforts to clear it up.
So there's some chat about this going on I want to just dispel really quick. People are asking about the no delay thing for this. And of course we got people defending it, saying there's no reason you would cheat nowadays anyways. And I agree, and furthermore, I trust a lot of these players, but the reason I was comfortable doing this is because they're all accountable. And especially Elazer, who is in our team house, has other players like Snoot, Cyril, TLO. Like, they would be pretty quick to catch him if he was cheating. I'm really not worried about this. And I think anyone who does is along the same type of person who is obsessed with the phone being in the booth because somebody might text them the vibration Morse code of what units are being built. I'm not worried about that shit, guys. And you shouldn't be either. Anyways, Hydras are pushed back. Without Baneling support, there's no way to take a good fight. However, if he land a couple good fumbles, that may change things, but he misses the first one. The second one, much better. Blankets almost the entire army. While this goes on, Elazer has gotten to the 3rd base and gutted the SCV line. 15 workers dead on the back end of this attack. GuMiho, when you attack, you're supposed to kill the workers, man.
Seriously done. Oh, these could be some juicy mine hits. Oh, actually, it didn't really kill much at all. And Elazer does deflect him. GuMiho is trying to keep up the pressure. He's bringing round 2 from home to continue trying to put some hurt on, but Elazer's handling this really nice.
I do want to actually... I do want to mention the difference here of choice with Widow Mines over tanks. This was a big problem we actually witnessed with Namshar when he first came to Korea, and a lot of European Terrans, they use tanks, not Widow Mines. Elazer's not struggling with this at all. He's handling this very well. Yeah, he's still doing a darn good job. Like, it's surprising how well he's keeping his Tigers alive as well, because those are the ones you don't want to be remaking during an engagement. So every time he loses the frontline units, he just pulls this back, gets more lings, gets more baits, and goes in again. So that really helps with his defense as well. Ooh, it's a lot of overlords. But I think he actually overmade overlords a while ago, so he's not supply blocked or anything. Having lost those, he's more creep getting cleared too. Well, there's a weird hiccup here where Elazer has forgone his upgrades once again a little bit. Oh, nice Bailey ones. I didn't even catch those, and neither did GuMiho. But I was going to mention, he's only on 1-1 for weapon upgrades again. I'm not sure if this will hurt him, but right now he's not having a problem, so we're not going to focus too much on it. Just worth noting. Chitinous plating and Ultra's popping out behind us, and as he continues to chase GuMiho back, Elazer's getting really far off of creep. This we gotta start worrying about overextending. If he keeps all these units alive and pairs up with the Ultras, it's only good from there. But yeah, if he loses them first and then the Ultras have nothing to accompany them, it's bad news. But looking for a possibly sick fungal. If that army gets held in place, it's going to die. Yeah, it certainly is. Not the best way for Zerg to have to engage off creep, but this time there is actually a backstab unit trying to head into the natural there at the same time, and GuMiho has to kite back non-stop because he actually doesn't have enough units to make the attack in the middle worthwhile for himself. So this 3rd base is being shoot to pieces. There's evenlings that manage to trickle into the natural, and Elazer's looking really good. Oh, there's that fungal. Is that the engagement he can take though? Ultras are coming up against a lot of Marauders. Looks like it is going to be good enough. Medivacs get fungled. They're going to get picked off, and GuMiho taps out. GG. GG. Elazer with a very, very good game number 1. Oh man, I tweeted this thing earlier, like Elazer sweating, and I don't know if he's still feeling it or not, but damn, that was good. You know, there's another part to this too, where like I really don't want to entertain the idea of someone thinking somebody is cheating. But what I've loved about every game we've seen out of these players, let's say somebody was stream cheating, let's say somebody was map hacking, hypothetically for a moment. These games have all been macro games that have been dictated by player choice in select engagements, and not because someone heard the casters talk about a Banshee in the corner of the map and like predicted the movements magically around it. Like, this has actually been players' skill just really being tested, and that's what I love about this so much more. Like, this has really been like, who's got the best decision making? The road banelings are so sick. GuMiho like dodging and bobbing and weaving. Like, there's just, I'm so nerded out by how good these two are. I'm glad we got 2 best of 5s with them, frankly. That being said, Ascension to Ire is going to be the next map, and as soon as the Elazer's ready, we're going to hop into it. There we go. All right, see you guys here in game. All right, guys, this is game number 2 in the finals of the group. Sitting at a little over 4,000 viewers right now. Feels good, man. Shout out to every single one of you guys tuning in right now. And a quick reminder to hit the follow button before you disappear today, because we have a lot of stuff going on and a whole nother group. 5 best of 5s coming up later tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific. Zombie Grub will be covering that group. It's got Masa, Neeb, Puck, and Game Time, so make sure to be there for it. But spawning here in the top left, he's up 1 game at the moment. It is the Red Zerg God, Elazer. And his opponent in the bottom right, he is in the blue, known as GuMiho. I really can't fault the way GuMiho's playing. I know there's speculation like maybe he's hiding mech for BlizzCon, this, that, the other, but I honestly don't know that that's the case. We do see him playing around maybe his own parameters, but he's still adapting and trying to play around Elazer. Like, for example, I brought up the topic of tanks, and the game kind of took off from there, so I didn't get into it too much. But recognizing that Elazer is sitting here with a lot more emphasis on things like lings and banlings, the tanks are more for the Hydras. The tanks are more for the Ultras, right? I love the swap to go Widow Mines, and the attempt to use them just didn't work out for him. So the question is, does he keep doing it, or does he go back to tanks and Liberators? I think it's so disheartening when you know upgraded Liberators with range in the count of 15 plus. If that can't beat Elazer, you really got to think what can.
Yeah. I think in the late game, the best time that GuMiho's had has been when he's gotten rid of the Vipers somehow, and he's managed to take trades with Ultras off creep. Like, I feel like those are the two things that have happened to Elazer that have allowed GuMiho to close out those longer games. Because otherwise, like, he'll get in there, roast some drones. Like, that first game, he roasted a whole bunch of drones, like somewhere between 8 and 10, I think. And that game still went for ages. Like, it's almost like the early game harassment doesn't matter.
I love when I ask a hypothetical or a rhetorical question on chat, and it actually gets answered in the best way. Poke Buddy says, "What could beat Elazer? Protoss." Maybe. We'll never know though, because Classic is already dead. Regardless though, guys, all silliness aside, I really like. This could go back and forth. It's how the first time went. I don't want to count anyone out too soon. I don't want to discount anyone either in the series, but I've just loved watching GuMiho's answer to Elazer, Elazer's answers to GuMiho. And I feel like GuMiho's the one, funny enough, who's really been, I don't know, controlled, corralled, forced to play a certain way around Elazer. I mean, for goodness sake, he's not even putting a third on location. He's building it in base very quickly too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
that's
curious to see how this pans out. Huh?
That's a second barracks before Starport. That's a third barracks before Starport. Now I'm really curious what GuMiho is up to. Also, big thank you to Drunken Llama for that 8-month resub. A little bit of dance music too, but yeah, 3 barracks before Starport. This is going to be a hell of an aggressive push without medevacs.
I mean, he's got to make units for a while before this is worth pushing with, so I assume by the time he moves out, he's actually going to bring medevacs with him. Otherwise, it's kind of like one of those weird ladder builds that you hit where people just make pure marine and attack you or something.
Well, I could see a hypothetical where this is just such a surge of units that you catch a laser droning, for example, right?
Yeah.
At least that's my logic. But a laser comes in here with some Zerglings, and if he pokes up here to the main at all, he's going to see this coming, but he doesn't get that scout. That really critically valuable scout.
Well, he has the overlord speed, right? He can always just dip in and have a look.
With what overlords, though, Zev?
Where did they all go?
Home? He's actually done this every time. No, every time he did this before, he would only send one overlord out, he would scout with it and bring it back.
Right. Yeah, well, he can definitely just go visit his pal across the map and see what's happening, and he'll be able to see that okay, this is going to be a quite a bit of a chunkier push. He's going to have a lot of units here. He's not worrying about that early game harassment style that he's been doing with Hellions and Banshees and or Ravens. Like,
if this is executed perfectly from GuMiho, this is going to be such a sick +1 with medevac timing. Maybe he'll probably even go before +1 finishes, I would imagine. But still, it's going to sync up with combat shields at the very least. He's going to have so many units. And Elazer, who has finally stopped droning, was still droning pretty heavily. He's all the way up to 70. That's that drone sweet spot. If he actually gets away with deflecting GuMiho's attack, GuMiho has dedicated a lot to make this happen. But not at all in. But I think Elazer, if he holds, he ends up being in such a good spot. So there's a lot on the line for GuMiho's attack.
Yeah, so the beauty of this for Elazer is that he has been able to sit at home, turn up, get a full base. This is like the Zerg macro dream where they just leave you the F alone and you don't have to worry about anything. It's the mid game where you sort of need to be a little bit wary because things get real spicy real quick. And especially for someone like GuMiho who sort of starts attacking and then doesn't stop, so long as he doesn't get cleaned up. Things can get out of hand really quickly. But yeah, Elazer's been on top of these sort of drops and stuff every game. He always knows it's coming, so I feel like that third base is going to be truly up and running before we see any real damage done to Elazer or like a proper push.
Yeah, he's not taking any damage from Banelings in like every game that this has happened. Maybe this will be the first, maybe it won't be, but either way, GuMiho is getting a lot of units across the map. That's 4 full medevacs, 2 to the north, or almost full medevacs, excuse me. 2 going north with Widowmine support, and 2 to the south, cleaning up creep and harassing queens. This wall will buy some time. Should be able to just repair it because there's no Banelings. Yeah, he'll pull even the mule. Oh, that's awkward.
Well, he's got some marines there as well to sort that out.
Meanwhile, really focus fires down the Banelings. Oh, the focus fire is so sick. Oh, so good. These actually hit though. He was so busy dancing, he lost 15 workers to this.
That's the first time that's actually done like a proper good job in that mineral line too. Like he finally found a time that GuMiho was not able to look at the minimap.
I mean, at the same time, you can also, not to be too harsh on Elazer, make the argument he should have always been poking or attacking beforehand, right? So it wouldn't have been so easily seen coming, but either way, executed well this game, that's all that matters. This drop, though, oh, the Widowmines get good hits, but they scumbag the Marines in the process, so rest in pepperonis. GuMiho's attack is brought to a full stop on both fronts, north and south. Now he's defending, too. So much of what he did this game was dependent on getting some damage done, and I don't think he killed... Yeah, excuse me, he killed a single drone.
What a single turn.
Okay, Zerg bias, you want to calm down there a little bit?
It's just, I feel like he's doing so many things to have only gotten one single drone.
You idiots, he's that really overly stressed out college kid who's trying to balance 9 classes right now and a dating life. Feels like he's doing a lot, but he's not actually getting anything done. Failing all the classes, girlfriend hates him for not paying enough attention to him. By the way, big shout out, thank you Poke Buddy for that brand new set. Welcome to the Base Trade Brigade. Prepare your body for the replays that come later. Hive Tech on the way should be a weak point, but we've said that for every game we've cast of these two, and it's never really been the case for Elazer outside of one select game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm done predicting how the late game's gonna end up with GuMiho and Elazer because you just kind of have to watch. They, at least on this map, I mean, they spent a lot of time wrestling over the control of the middle here. Like, we truly went late game with basically split map situations. So I sort of feel like this might end up the same. But I feel like both players are making a lot more effort to poke at each other in the mid to late game. GuMiho coming in here again, trying to get some nice trades on the front lines.
The one time the Widowmines don't friendly fire the Terran, they also don't get jack squat for kills on the Zerg, unfortunately. GuMiho's really struggling to get something done here, but I will give him this much. He has been playing fairly cost efficient, minus those SCV kills earlier. Like, he's been getting away with a lot of the drops. He's been not over dedicating. So like the resources lost, we can even see here, favors GuMiho by almost double.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot he lost like an entire mineral line. That really sucks. Yeah, okay. This makes sense now. He keeps up the drop play for pretty much forever from the first 2 medevacs. So that's one thing that he's got to his credit in the sense that he never really lets up. Elazer's gonna have to keep chasing after him. We've got the main army moving through the middle of the map now as well. I feel like it's still so small though.
Banelings could bust this wall, but it's so dangerous burying Banelings like this on the edge of creep. Although I do love that Elazer has been doing it pretty consistently. He's through every game in this series managed to sneak an Infestor this way on top of the army. It blows me away because you can actually see Infestors burrowed easier now than you could in the past, but still, like, cheeky.
I guess if you think about how people look at their army and stuff, though, with like a hotkey, you sort of tap it. It's like a glance, right? You're not actually searching the ground actively for these sort of things until a laser burrows a few veins and hits you a couple of times. Then maybe you start more proactively looking for that shadow on the ground. Yeah, he does retreat out of that middle section and goes back to his third base. Might want a few units over at that fourth as well, because Elazer is known to do those ling backstabs and try and get some damage that way. He's still got so many waiting there in preparation for the left as well.
My glob. That is huge cocoon of banelings morphing up there to the north. Like, he really wants that planetary. He's... that base is going down, Zeph. I love that he does this too. Oh man, when am I gonna end it his day? But by staggering them like this, he gets around the cooldown. Now he rolls in.
God.
And his planetary. It can only kill so much. Oh, these last two banelings can still kill SCVs if he's paying attention. But meanwhile, there's a big attack on the front lines.
Oh my god, he takes out the SCVs as well. Elazer doing so much damage.
He didn't scan. He didn't scan the banelings. Oh. No, okay, he's not going to go over either of them yet.
Okay.
But that's yet with an asterisk. The Liberators get caught with a fungal. A couple Hydras are almost dead. Look like they're going to try and pick them off. These have a lot of health, though. No.
Yeah, he will clean him up.
Oh, he's baiting. He's in time. That's what he baited. That was so sick. But the scan reveals the banelings, so he has to reposition them. Falling back once again. Oh my god. Elazer and GuMiho neck and neck here in the late game. But Elazer's missing a lot of his army supply down here in the south. And he's also missing an adequate amount of anti-air. No corruptors this time around.
Yeah, he's taking a little longer to move into that direction. Some nice ones on the front lines that do pin these units down. And the infestors get taken out there at the front also. But there's not actually that much left for the Terran here. His Liberators are kind of fair game for these Hydras at the moment. He's going to pick up and leave, try and regroup with what he has.
GuMiho has like 88 army supply, but half of which is medevacs, the other half is Liberators. So he needs that bio, but he just can't produce it fast enough to deal with these ultras. They just walk right through the Liberators, go around them, go under them, go through them, go straight to the base. Oh my god. Oh my god, is this gonna be... There's no way. I don't want to get too excited, guys, but he's so close to closing this out. Oh
my god.
Yeah. I can take my glasses off too, rub my eyes, because what the fuck? Alright guys, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. Big thank you to Joey, nice __ username coming at us here with a 20-month resub. Hooray, let BaseTradeTV know it's your 20-month anniversary. Salute you, Joey. Alright, we'll see you guys here in a couple of minutes. Alright folks, it's game number 3. And possibly, knock on wood, the end of the series. He's up 2-0 at the moment. Can he lock it down? In the bottom right, we've got Elazer. Getting that timing out perfect for some intro music.
And in the top left in the blue, this is GuMiho.
Big thank you kindly to Passive Crimes for a 39-month resub. What? That's a long time. Thanks for coming back, dude.
Damn. 39 months. What's that? Over 3 years?
Yeah, 3 is what, 36?
Damn, dude. Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Maths. Yeah.
Alright, so there's been a lot of debate, not just through my own conjecture, but also through some people in chat. Like, is GuMiho not doing mech because of BlizzCon? And I feel like there is some degree of truth that might be the case. But really, honestly and truly, I think playing mech against GuMiho is probably just the worst thing. Or excuse me, playing mech against Elazer is probably just the worst option. I bring this up mostly because Elazer is a very experienced player at dealing with mech. There's not a lot of Terran players in Europe, but a majority of them would play mech, and they would play like the turtle style mech. They play really gross, annoying style mech, and Elazer knows how to deal with this. He does swarm host, he does everything that's necessary, gets to those brood lords. Point is, he knows how to deal with it. GuMiho not playing mech at all, sure, that definitely raises a red flag. but I think of all players to not play mech against, Elazer makes sense to be the guy you don't bust those builds out for.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Especially in like a game 3, do you really switch it up right now when you could die?
There's some arguments for that too. Like, okay, yeah, you got nothing to lose. You're on the way out anyways. But
that's a very pessimistic view there.
Oh, yeah, sure, it's pessimistic. I was gonna say though, I like the Widowmine additions. I think they're better choices than the tanks were. I think the Liberators were obviously the same end game goal. No matter what you're doing, they're still gonna be better and good ways to deal with the Zerg. But it's just, again, for me, Elazer's macro game is so good. The best way to stop that obviously is to harass. But GuMiho has been shut down on his harass tactics. Like, Elazer's defense in these first 2 games has been on lockdown.
Yeah, that's really true. He doesn't. I think he's lost some drones to Hellions early on, and that is it. Like, he has not died to Banshees. He's taken a little bit of damage from Ravens over the course of like 15 minutes, so it hasn't really impacted him. Like, he still ends up with that 75 to 80 drone economy. So I think, like, even last game, GuMiho doing that build where he sits back for ages, like, I'm not even gonna bother, I'm just gonna go for the mid to late game.
By the way,
I kind of like that idea too.
No, the Overlord scout, once again. One Overlord comes across the map with speed, pokes in, and leaves and goes home. It's such a weird way to scout, and pretty unique to Elazer, I must say.
Yeah, not a lot of Zergs do that anymore. I feel like I see it a bit more in ZvP, but definitely, because Terran, you can tell so much by what you don't see as well. But anyway, it definitely pays off against GuMiho, as we've mentioned earlier in the cast a few times. It can be a little bit unpredictable. You can want to get confirmation of what's actually happening. So he's being a pest with Hellions for the moment. These queens are going to be enough for now.
By the way, people have been asking for it. We got an armory. We got a lot more Hellions on deck and a cloaked Banshee.
Oh my God. No. Oh, he's gonna do it. I can't believe it. The Banshee goes down.
Literally his cloak completes too. That's just the worst. But the Banshees, I don't know. It's weird. A Banshee can add a lot of damage. A Medevac adds a lot of sustainability. It's hard to say which would be better to pair up with this push, but he's bringing out the mech boys. GuMiho is gonna mech it happen in game 3 when he's on match point.
Yeah, well, maybe this is the magic ingredient that he needs to finally do something to Elazer. Like, this is so crazy. Hellbats are actually a magnificent way to start these off as well, because his banelings aren't even morphing somewhere that they're protected. They're gonna get taken out.
One of the big problems with this, GuMiho's gone to chase drones. I think he could have killed the hatchery. It was so low from his earlier attacks. But either way, by killing most of the queens, the idea is the Banshee was supposed to be able to follow this up, but it is cleaned up entirely by Elazer, losing 3 drones in the process. Banshee's completely removed. Hellbat's now gone. Round 2 on the way, but this has not worked for GuMiho's opener. Not with how dedicated this was.
I really expected him to kill the hatchery, so that kind of sucks, because now there's a lot of lings out. There's still 4 queens that he can pull all to this base if he needs to.
Well, this has done more damage already than Hellbats did.
Okay.
At least in terms of drone kills, but yeah, GuMiho, I feel like just desperate to hurt Elazer.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do against a guy that's so good defensively? I really thought that would do more damage. But look, he's killed 11 workers. And they're even on worker counts right now. They both have even bases, so
actually,
yeah, this is still great for GuMiho.
That's a good point, because one of the big things for Elazer as a Zerg player especially, you want to skyrocket to 70 uncontested, right? He's doing that now as we speak, or at least trying to, but the fact that this was delayed also means his 4th base is delayed, no matter where he wants to take it.
He also doesn't have insane creep spread yet. Usually it would be a fair bit further out. But yeah, he's still droning up to that position where he wants to be in the 4th base. Yeah, there we go. It's coming down as well. So hopefully he can get his tech to where he needs it, and he's still going Ling Bane Hydra because you know that's good against all kinds of unit comps.
I really like the blue flame though. This is going to be huge. A lot of Terran players will put this off because it's kind of niche in how you want to use it. But blue flame performs extraordinarily well versus Zerglings and drones, as we know. But also, it does add a huge punch to attacking Hydras, which, if you just normally shoot them with a tank, they don't take much damage, or splash damage for that matter, because they're light units, not armored units. Blue flame will finish them off. These poor banshees. Stop making banshees, GuMiho! Just stop it!
Oh, what's this? What are these units? Banelings?
You know what? This would have been so sick if this was nothing. If this was a fake Overlord coming in with nothing inside of it and nothing to risk. But
next level mind games.
There's little to no anti-air, so he's not really forced to. Okay, well now he is. So he's not forced to drop these out, but.
Alright,
not bad.
The dream is kind of alive. 7 is better than he's gotten in past. Oh, he takes out that tank really fast, and now he's got Lings and Hydras shelling away at these SCVs. Oh my god, so many white kills.
He's trying to blue flame drop on top of the Hellbats, but takes out one of the medevacs before it even lands. Splits 2. Elaser's reactions are so good. And while his attack is getting dealt with, he still killed 20 freaking SCVs. Well, 19, but 20's funner to say.
20's close enough. Like, I'll be surprised if he hasn't killed more than that by the end of this game. And he's keeping up the pressure to more Lings, more Banelings, and just a few more Hydras for a bit of extra flavor, but he can keep doing it as this. Like, there's no sort of critical mass and mech. Oh, with 4 tanks coming in, that might actually change things. But, oh no, these drones.
Blue Flame's gonna give him a good taste of his own worker medicine, but yeah, this is still tough. Thors can take hits. The Banelings are pretty much removed from the equation before they get a chance to fight. The focus fire from the tanks is good. The Thor save is excellent. These Hydras are bleeding out. Got a little too excited too soon for...
coming in. More Lings and Banes. He might actually clean this up and break the tank line, and there's not anything left for GuMiho here. He's gonna have to forfeit the 3rd. In fact, does he have enough unit production?
No, I don't think so. He's better off keeping the Hellbats in Hellion mode, frankly, I think, for hit and run. They'll never catch the Hydras correctly like this. These are going to kill the 3rd CC. GuMiho's lifeblood dying here in Game 3. And you know what I love about this, Zeph? People could argue, GuMiho never played mech, so he wasn't trying. No, in the final game, he goes mech. And Elazer is just actually a badass. People will have to accept this at some point. Pushing in here might be a little bit over-dedicated, but he's going to kill the tank, so it won't even matter.
Oh, will he finish it? Okay,
killing the 3rd was already enough damage. The fact that he's killing tanks on top, this is just icing on the cake, no matter how good or bad he trades out for it.
Yeah, it is really hard to sort of seal the deal with a mech Terran. I think if Elazer just takes a second and regroups like he is basically doing now anyway, yeah.
GG.
Oh, he just calls it, okay, GG.
Elazer makes it out of the group. He's gonna make my life a nightmare for scheduling, but that's okay, because this is like some super hype and cool story. As he moves on to the round of 16, officially in the prize money for the TING Open Season 4, but knocks out GuMiho, who I thought was gonna be first place in the group. This is actually insane.
He played out of his mind. He beat GuMiho both times as well to be able to do that. Like 2 best of 5s. I think that's pretty insane.
This gives me so much confidence too for Elazer. Like, I don't want to overbuild him up, guys. Maybe he still dies in the round of 16. But just seeing him basically defy our Twitch chat, because there's no doubt in my mind, majority chat today was talking about how Elazer didn't have a chance, GuMiho 3-0 easy, bullshit like that. Nah, dude, that was sick. So I give Elazer like all of the props. Plus, I'm just saying, it's that BaseTradeTV bump living in our house. It does magic for people. I don't know why, but it does. Anyways, Zeph, thank you for joining me on the cast today. I'm sorry this went so much longer than I had told you that it would have gone. I told her, guys, 3 or 4 hours, Zeph. Maybe. Here we are like 6 hours later. I'm so sorry.
No, No, it's okay. I had fun. I do apologize to you all for my my energy levels towards the end. It is now 3:30 in the morning. Not actually that late, but late enough.
Late enough, yeah.
I'm sort of dying. So, yeah.
We
thanks for
cast
having me.
23 games today. I want you to just let that settle in for a moment. We cast 23 matches of StarCraft today, guys. And for the fans out there, there's still possibly 15 to 25 more. Later today, 5 p.m. Pacific, like I said, the North American group is going to take off for the round of 32. Zombie Grub will be here casting. I don't know if she's bringing anybody with her or if it'll all be solo. If it is solo, God help her if it goes on this long. But anyways, that's going to conclude the broadcast today. I will quickly remind everybody, if you're a subscriber to the channel, in about 2 hours or so, check your inbox. We have an incredibly important, pretty secret, I hope you won't leak the information, message going out that you should definitely check out. Thank you for waiting to be banned. 21 months of not getting banned yet. Dude, you're not good at this. Or you're really good at this, depending on your perspective. Good job, BaseTradeTV. By the way, should I get a Partouf by now? Yes. If you haven't submitted us a message, we don't have a way to magically know your address, though. So send us a direct message here on the channel, and I'll look into getting you a form to fill out so that we can mail you a Partouf. Also, Breaker1808 coming here at the end of the stream. Thank you for that Prime sub. And yeah, guys, we got to thank TING once more for making all this possible. These games wouldn't happen if they weren't putting together a 4,000 plus tournament. There's, of course, a Matcherino page associated with this. It's got the cool rewards on there. And we want to build up this prize pool to be well over $5,000. And I really, truly believe we can make that happen. But anyways, yeah, this is going to conclude because I don't want to keep talking. My voice is already shot and I don't want to keep Zeph all day. So Zeph, please, one last time, any final shout outs? Where can people find you? All that good stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Twitter at ZvT2 if you want to see primarily Australian and Southeast Asian StarCraft. That is usually where I live. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. The viewership tonight was pretty amazing. So thank you. And thanks, Ruth, for having me.
And thank you, Merle Hoffa, who I know is nagging me to stream. Thank you for the 3-month resub so that she could throw down her resub announcement. There you go. Works out for everybody right here at the end of the cast. For us, of course, while we do thank Ting, make sure to check out all of our sponsors down below. MeUndies. Get a really comfy... I'm wearing them right now, guys. They're the best damn underwear I've ever had. Check them out. You can use the link down below. You get 20% off in your first purchase. We got Corsair Gear, which is awesome. You see I'm wearing, this is the new Void Pro headset. It's awesome. I love it. Check out their gear through our affiliate link. And last but not least, of course, Twitch. Subscribe, cheer with bits, you name it. It all helps us out because Twitch helps us do stuff too. But we're going to end the broadcast here with some commercials. One last word from our sponsors. And like I said, tune in tonight for the cast with Zombie Grub. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again, Zeph, for joining me, and we'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.